do, and then he's just dead.
That just seems like such a solid crossfire as well. What a scary way to start off. Well, smoke goes off to the headshot box there, just like Na'Vi did it. We're in the second half here. First game of Intel Extreme Masters, and we've got Edward on the corner of Long, missing shots. Oh, they're actually going to allow him to get back. If they just rush him there, there's a chance they can catch him if they're quick enough, and he won't make it back around. So, decent enough job, really, to stay safe. Long-range fight, Block versus USP, and Fnatic going to come out on bottom this time. It's Flamey and Zeus to start off. Nice shot from Zeus. P2000 still in hand. And the bomb is down.
What is going on with Zeus? He's doing so much work right now, and now the bomb is, well, basically stuck on catwalk. Zeus decides to press forward. He's got 3 kills so far. Olofmeister chiming in, but Olofmeister, he's so very low. They can't seem to get the last bullet on him, though. Finally, Zeus, he steps out. Quad kill in the pistol round here, in the CT round for Na'Vi.
You know what? Because we've brought up this point a couple of times in the past. We've sort of said, well, Zeus was the in-game leader, and that role is sort of evaporated from the team. I mean, sure, he has an opinion, he can probably still make some calls, but StarX is taking over a lot of that anyway.
Yes.
So, you know, Zeus never contributed to his team so much as a top fragger. So if he can't transition into that role, well, then would it be better for Na'Vi to pick up somebody else? I actually think in the past months, I think Zeus has proven that he can actually be a very valuable player, even in that sense. So that's quite impressive. That must be very hard for someone like Zeus to try and, you know, think if you think about the entirety of his career across 1.6-12, to suddenly, you know, give up a little bit of that and then do something else. He seems to be doing quite well.
It's a similar situation that we've seen with Existence now that Shoxy's on the team as well. I think Shox took over a little bit of the calling on G2, and so yeah, you see these callers who have had all the pressure on their shoulders. Now they finally get to kick back a little bit, relax, just focus on their crosshairs. And yeah, Zeus is one of those players who seems to have really benefited from StarX taking over the reins. Although I still think that he gets pretty frustrated sometimes. Like there is a little bit of a tilt element that's still there in the game for him.
Well, I think that just goes back to like Na'Vi generally being an emotional team when it comes to stuff like that, right? Which is something they should be working on. But this kind of a start, unless they screw something up here in this 5 versus 3, it's probably going to land them a tied scoreline, 9-9, and then it's up to Fnatic to get back in the game quick.
It's a nice flash, but okay, never mind. Crim's sick wallbang headshot onto Zeus. But they don't know that there's a second man here. Nope, Crims is ready for it. It's Olofmeister who gets the headshot on Guardian instead. Now Flamey pushing up. It's still a 2-on-3 now. They do manage to find the kill, and Seized and Flamey just doing work. And it's coming down to Crims playing a game of peekaboo where he risks everything. He's just trying to stay alive, and the knife comes in from Seized. Jumping Hollywood straight in. Crouching Swede, hidden Dragon? I don't know, man, dude. That was some crazy stuff right there. Seized, what a beast.
Yeah, that was a nice way to start off the second half. Why not? Stabbing Crims in the face. 8-9. On the money, well, Fnatic do want to give themselves a bit of a chance. Nobody even saving, it seems, for an AWP.
Bit surprising right now. I mean, it seems like Fnatic are only really in this game because of Olofmeister at this point. I mean, JW's had some shots, Crims as well, but Olaf is the only one who's really deep into double digits, whereas the rest of them still kind of floating around single. It's a bit toasty in that room, but it's all right. JW can hang.
Fnatic, single flashbang, I think, on Flusher, so they've got something they could do up here on Catwalk. Make it in, get the bomb down, stuff like that. Again, just a single flash, and they're gonna use it to peek. So if anyone had been there and was re-peeking, maybe a chance for a headshot.
Oh, Guardian a bit scared there. The flashes come out there, that keeps him alive, and Zeus is here to support. Zeus will just be like fearless, pushing forward onto that A site, looking to deny it, and it's Seized with the jump shot again. Seized, jumping knife, jumping shot with the FAMAS. It's all good. Fnatic, they are a little bit, like that bonus money would have been fantastic for them. It means that Dennis could have had full set of nades to go with it. They would have had a few more Molotovs to play with here. But it's still not going to stop Fnatic. from actually picking up the double op. Okay, that's what I was wondering. If Olofmeister goes for the op right off the bat, fair enough. JW could go for the rifle or go for some kind of, clever kind of weapon. He's the guy who kind of just uses all the weapons in the game. But JW decides to go glass cannon straight up, and Dennis just charges right into mid, looking to catch somebody off guard with this aggression. He's going to get spotted, though. The element of surprise is gone. And look at this fast B-split. They're just rushing out fearlessly, Fnatic.
They get a good trade early on now. Just one member back here, and that's Flamey, and he's going to have to go huge here. JW picking up Edward. Zeus going down in spawn. Crims nearly with the kill. Guardian on 1 health, and well, the round is still going to be a 1v2 here. I don't see Guardian making this work, but looks... Oh, he's actually going to take the fight with a pistol, but Olofmeister going to shoot him in the leg eventually. That was... If he had got the kill on Olof, that could have legitimately been a scary round for Fnatic, but it does go the Swedish way. And now be able to pick up another AWP here, and actually 2 of them.
Yeah, now they're going to go back to it. It's crazy how both of these teams, I mean, they're showing that they're willing to go for the double op on both sides. No fear, straight into it as well, really early on in the half. Whereas sometimes you see teams go for the double op as like a last-ditch, ace up their sleeve kind of maneuver, where they try and play 4 rifles, a single op, but then if things get really tough, they'll go for the double op. But now both of these teams really showing that they're willing to make that a core strategy. So long as they have the money, they will go for the double op as the main option. And Seized, Seized is also consistent. If you put him over on that B site, he can just hold that off alone, and it allows Na'Vi to have much more of a focus on mid and get that defense set up over on the A site. It's almost similar to like Inferno kind of style of CT, where you're just gambling on A, and then you just try and hit that timing to rotate back over to B to support your mate there.
Bit of an odd setup, I think, for Na'Vi here. Fnatic had a similar setup where they had one guy hiding over at B, but they had a backup plan for that, right? They had... I think it was Crims or something inside the bomb site to distract them. This time it's just a single person, so if Seized loses this fight, all hell is going to break loose.
They've got Flamey boosted up in CT though, so he can look over the mid smoke. But Fnatic, they're not interested in that mid smoke, and instead they're just going to push right out onto the site. Seized nearly gets clipped, down to 15 HP right off the bat. The timing was impeccable for Fnatic to move through, and then with the smoke going down, how are they not able to kill this guy?
I think Na'Vi just going to give up this round. What else could they really do? Su's going to get a kill there. Well, that might spark them to try and do something. The bomb is only just down, and with the added round timers or the bomb timer, might be interesting here. Zeus, flashbang on in. Crims is up there and waiting, and at the Galil close range going to win the fight.
Superior angle for Crims, but that was the key frag right there. Still, man advantage going into this for Na'Vi. They lose Zeus, but they still have a 2-man advantage going into this, or rather the man, and Edward coming in from T-spawn basically seals the deal here. Crims doesn't have any way out. Olofmeister's going to battle his way through, and they will not be collecting the round, Na'Vi, but they can certainly do some damage here. Flamey, he just barely misses out on Olofmeister making it into T-spawn, but he still has his mate Guardian up there watching the angle. And Guardian, is he going to run into Olof? They might have that duel up there.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, it's Flamey catching Flusha somehow. Flusha, was there can't remember an op dying down there. Perhaps it was JW? They got caught by Zeus, and that led to him trying to get down there to pick up a gun?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's just a strange round. I think it was just the timing, simply. Seized, walking out of the bomb site up in window, and... I don't know. I don't like the setup anyway that Na'Vi were going for in this round. I think it's too much relies on the first couple of kills, basically. Zeus going to run into 3 people in Upper Dark. Had a perfect weapon for it, but just too many targets up there. It's going to be another good start for Fnatic.
I think what it boils down to is Seized deciding to focus on mid to help Flamey out. Perhaps because Flamey said that the smoke went down